Hello dear students, I am Damandeep Kaur, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Education at the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. In this module, I'll be discussing the concept of franchising. So, towards the end of this module, students will be able to know the meaning of franchising and list the features of franchising, distinguish the different types of franchising, and also understand the advantages and disadvantages of franchising. Franchising is now a flourishing industry in India, a profitable business which has established its brand in the market can expand the business through franchising. It is one of the fastest growing and popular strategies for business expansion. I would like to share the success story of EuroKids. In preschool education, EuroKids has created a stellar reputation for itself, and it is a perfect place for nurturing young children. EuroKids was founded by Prajot Rajan and Vikas Furness in 2001. They expanded their business with franchise business model. Presently, it has over 1,000 preschool centers in more than 350 cities across India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. Other successful franchises are Javed Habib Hair and Beauty and IIT, Fab India, McDonald's, Subway, Nirulas, Dosa Plaza, Haldiram, and many others. Franchising opportunities are available in healthcare and fitness, preschool and activity center, retail stores, beauty and spa salon, food and beverage, education and training, logistics, courier and delivery, manufacturing, and so on. According to David H. Holt, franchising is a business system created by a contract between a parent company called the franchisor and the acquiring business owner called the franchisee, giving the acquiring owner the right to sell goods or services, to use certain products, names or brands, or to manufacture certain brands. In simple words, franchising is a form of contractual arrangement in which a franchisee enters into an agreement with a franchisor. It entitles a franchisee to own and operate the business under the brand, systems, and proven business model of the franchisor. Now let's know about the relationship between franchisor and franchisee. The franchisor and franchisee relationship is a dependent relationship. Franchisor develops a certain way of doing a business and gives the franchisee the right to use it for a fee. Franchisee pays the fee and royalty to a franchisor for using the intellectual rights and business model. Now let's discuss about the features of franchising. Agreement. The franchise relationship is based on an agreement which lays down terms and conditions of the relationship. Next, term of franchise. It is an agreement for a fixed period of time. It may be for 5 years or more. Renewal of agreement. The franchise agreement may be renewed with the mutual consent of both the parties. Replication. It is a practice of replication of successful business format. Profitable business. It takes place in case of businesses with a good track record of profitability. Royalty. The franchisee agrees to pay specified royalty to the franchisor as per the terms of the franchise agreement. Mode of business operations. Franchisee is supposed to follow franchisor's policies regarding mode of business operations as per the clauses in the franchise agreement. Lastly, undertaking by franchisor and franchisee. The franchisee gives an undertaking not to carry on other competing business during the term of the franchise. And the franchisor also gives an undertaking not to terminate the franchise agreement before the expiry, except under situations which may justify the termination of the franchise agreement. Types of franchising. Franchising can be categorized as product franchising, manufacturing franchising, and business format franchising. Product franchising. This is the earliest type of franchising. Under this, the franchisee is given the right to distribute goods for a franchisor. For this, the franchisee pays a fee for the right to sell the trademarked goods of the franchisor. Perhaps product franchising was used for the first time by the Singer Corporation to distribute its sewing machines. This practice is also popular in the automobile industry. In this, the franchisor allows a franchisee to produce items and distribute the product in a particular area by using its brand name and trademark. This type of franchising is commonly used in soft drink industry. The franchisor, that is the parent company, will produce the concentrated syrup and then sell it to a franchisee, that is the bottling company. With this, it also gives the right to use its brand name and trademarks. The bottling company will then mix the syrup with water and bottle the finished product before selling it to various suppliers. Business format franchising. This is the most popular one and the widely used form of franchising at present. The owner of a business, that is the franchisor, licenses to another, that is the franchisee, the right to use the particular business model. The franchisor allows the franchisee to use its trademarks, designs, patents, copyright, and its confidential business information. The franchisor controls the way the business is run and managed by the franchisee. The franchisor provides training, mentoring, and assistance to the franchisee. The franchisee makes both initial and periodic payments to the franchisor. The best example of this franchise model can be found in the fast food industry. In case of a McDonald's franchise, franchisee owns the particular franchise and pay the regular royalty fees to the franchisor, that is the parent company McDonald's. The parent company provides the ongoing support, the right to use the brand name and training of the staff. The franchisee has an obligation to buy all necessary supplies such as stock and uniforms directly from it. Franchisee sells the same product and maintains a similar type of shop decor for which franchisor provides assistance to franchisee in organizing, merchandising and management. Okay, now let's discuss about advantages and disadvantages of franchising. So first of all, I'll be discussing the advantages of franchising to franchisee. A business can be easily started by taking a franchise, and franchisee works on the business format which is already proven successful in the market. Franchisee has less chances of failure as it replicates the well-tested business model. Availability of training and support from the franchisor ensures the smooth working of the franchise. Franchisee also enjoys the established customer base of the parent company, that is the franchisor. It also helps in earning quick profit as they deal with the branded products. Now let's know about the disadvantages of franchising to franchisee. Unlike entrepreneurs who start their own business, the franchisee has no scope to introduce his creativity, especially in case of business format franchising. A number of constraints are also forced upon the franchisee. It may relate to remain limited to a product line or a particular geographical location only. Franchisee usually do not have the right to sell the business to the highest bidder or to leave it to a member of the family without approval from the franchisor. The franchisee can build up goodwill for the business by his or her own efforts, but goodwill still remains the asset of the franchisor. Okay, now after knowing about the advantages and disadvantages of franchising to franchisee, let's know more about advantages and disadvantages of franchising to franchisor. Franchisor can easily expand the business by franchising his business. Additional revenue gets generated in the form of franchise fee and royalty. Franchising is a good way for a company to increase its market share while reducing capital expenditure. It is more profitable than corporate-owned chains because franchisee bears the cost of operational overheads of the franchise owned by him. Okay, now let's know about the disadvantages of franchising to franchisor. It is difficult to find a suitable person for taking the franchise. When franchisee does not adhere to the certain basic standards and starts acting independently, then it damages the established goodwill and reputation in the market. Lastly, franchisee may not disclose complete and accurate income for calculation of franchise fees. So these are some disadvantages which franchisor may face with the franchisee. Now I will highlight some essential points to be taken care of by a franchisor and a franchisee before entering into the franchise agreement. A franchisor and a franchisee should be aware that in India there is no law for franchising specifically. When the franchisor enters into a contract with the franchisee, the Indian Contract Act 1872 gets applicable to the franchise. Next, A market survey should be conducted before franchising to know the consumer tastes and preferences for the brand in that particular area. Franchisee should do a proper evaluation of the business model and also needs to see that franchise is going to be a profitable business in the long run. At the time of selection of the franchise, the franchisee should find out the uniqueness of products or services in that specific geographical region. A franchisee should also check the franchise business as listed on the website of Franchising Association of India. So, these were some of the prerequisites for the success of the franchise. I hope you have understood the concept of franchising. Thank you and stay tuned.